the topic here in the 8th chapter. Even though the 6 chapters have a predominant topic of upasana, but then chapter 7, chapter 9, etc., all describes all glories. But there we can understand in another way that even though you meditate on the glories of Ishvara, but ultimately you gain Chitta Naishchalam here, and one gains Jnanam here and become free. But here in 8th chapter, it says, one takes Alambanam of the Omkara and meditates on Ishvara throughout the life. Doesn't get exposed to the teaching. Then will he gain Jivan Mukti? No, naturally no. Then what will be his lot or her lot, whatever. Right? So, you gain Brahmaloka, and reaching there one gains Jnanam and become free. So, Krama Mukti is mentioned here. So this is the topic. And I mentioned also that the chapter opens up with Arjuna's question. And a question regarding Kim Brahma, Kim Adhyatmam, Kim Karma, Purushottama, etc. Adhiyagna Katham Kovatra, etc. So what is this Adhiyagna? What is this Adhyatma? Because Bhagavan mentioned these 6 terms in the last 2 verses of chapter 7. In 29 and 23. Bhagavan uses the word Adhyatma, Adhiyagna, etc., etc. So then naturally he asked the question, what are those things? In the first 2 verses, he asked the question. And verse 3 and 4, definitely, Bhagavan replied. Totally asked 7 questions. These 6 questions regarding this Adhyatma, etc. Bhagavan answered in 3rd and 4th verse. And then from 5th verse onwards, suddenly Bhagavan started answering, not suddenly, but he started answering this 7th verse, the 7th question of Arjuna. And that question was, what is the significance of remembering Lord at the time of departure? That is the thing he asked. And Bhagavan has to show the significance of remembering Lord at the time of death. Bhagavan has to give the method of remembering Lord at the time of death. And therefore, Bhagavan started answering that question from 5th verse onwards to 14th verse. And some of the verses which are very well known also. And that is how we chant even chapter 8 at the time of death, or even after death, sudden death, of a person, etc. We chant this chapter. Bhagavan said in the very 5th verse, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaprayati samadbhavam yati nasti atra samshayah. So Antakale mameva smaran. One who remembers me at the time of death, definitely muktva kalevaram, muktva shariram, giving up this body. Yaprayati, he will reach madbhavam, Ishvara bhavam. Bhagavan said he will reach madbhavam, he will reach Ishvara bhavam. Ishvara bhava means he will gain knowledge, but you are talking about the time of death. Therefore, it's not that. So definitely he will reach Brahmaloka and then gain Jnanam and gain Brahma bhava, etc. Na asti atra samshayah. With regard to this, don't doubt, because natural doubt will come. Who knows? Who goes where? So Bhagavan says, this is the thing. Yamyam vapi smaran bhavam tyajityante kalevaram tam tamevaiti kaunteya sadatad bhava bhavitah. And tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhecha. What is there is the significance of remembering, significance and method of remembering Lord at the time of death. Significance is this, that if you remember the Lord, you will reach Lord. That's how it is, at the time of death. But how to remember at the time of death? I cannot bring suddenly. Generally our mind is all the time influenced by our habits, by our vasanas. And therefore at the time of death also the thought of vasanas which are predominant, that only will appear. And accordingly there will be a birth. So, so significance of this means last thought is determined by your habit. Habit is determined by your lifestyle. And so we have to create such a lifestyle by which our vasanas will be definitely Shubha Vasana. And therefore one who meditates definitely constantly on Ishvara, has formed a habit of constantly remembering Ishvara, will have a final thought pertaining to Ishvara. That's the only way. One, because the will is very weak. So weak, even in fact, it doesn't function at the time of death. Therefore, what is prevalent at the time of death is just vasana alone. Yeah, and vasanas only will carry. The vasana and karma decides, but here, of course, karma is, suppose a person is doing this meditation, nishkam upasana, meditating on Ishvara, but he doesn't get exposed to teaching, etc. Or maybe due to some pratibandha, etc. But he will definitely reach to Brahmaloka, depending upon which, Saguna Brahma, which could be a Vishnu, which could be Shiva or any form. Then the same Brahmaloka will be Kailasa. If someone meditates on Ishvara, someone meditates on as a Shiva, someone meditates on Lord Vishnu, then same Brahmaloka will be Vaikuntha, etc. And so reaching there gains knowledge, etc., and becomes free. Of course, gaining knowledge, reaching there is one thing, and gaining knowledge is another thing. Like we are all in this loka, but some of them are pursuing Brahman. Many people are not pursuing. Then there must be special punyam, right? Because of which one has an exposure to the teaching, etc. Same way there. Some special punyam is needed on the part of Upasaka to get exposed to this teaching and gains knowledge from Brahmaji himself, etc. And then gains mukti, etc. Lives up to the Brahmaloka is there, etc. So this is, and the method of remembering is of course constant. Mame, Bhagavan said beautifully here, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhyacha mayarpita manobuddhihi mameva eshyasi na samshaya. Again he said, there is no doubt that mameva eshyasi, he will reach me alone. If tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, one has to form an habit. Then only automatically at the time of death, one will have a thought of Ishvara and reaches. So this is this. Then Bhagavan talked about from 15th verse to 22. He talked about two types of goals are there. Reaching Brahmaloka, of course, is a goal, highest goal in the human life. But, if someone is interested in Brahmaloka, going there, etc., then Bhagavan is going to say something regarding that. So he describes two goals, two types of goal. One goal is, which is not bound by space and time, etc. There are goals which is bound by space and time, which are ephemeral goal, but other is an eternal goal. Eternal, then how can you gain it? No, it is in terms of knowledge. One knows oneself, and the goal generally of the human being is a security. That's our goal. Goal is a happiness in life, and goal is a peace, etc. So these are our goals, nothing else. So, you should resort to a source which will give you eternal security, which will give you eternal happiness, because you want something eternal. You don't want them to be ephemeral. And therefore, anything where you acquire in this world, which is, within the space-time limit, definitely will perish. And therefore, your source of security and happiness itself perishes. Then again you become insecure. That we don't want. So it's one type of goal. Other goal is by resorting to a source of security and happiness which is lasting, which is eternal. And that is oneself, etc., or Brahman, etc. So Bhagavan described two types of goals, etc. Two types of gatis also he mentioned about, from verse 23 to 27. But in verse 16, which is very well-known verse, is Bhagavan said even Brahmaloka, which is the longest period of time in a Hindu cosmology. Abrahma bhuvanan lokaha punaravartinaha arjunaha mamupetye tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Abrahma bhuvanan loka, up to Brahmaloka, everything is punaravartinaha. If you go, you will have to come down. You will have to come back. Except those people, upasakas, who gain knowledge and there and become free. Otherwise, one has to come back. So, don't keep this kind of goals. I am doing Saguna Brahma Ishvara Upasana, ultimately to reach a particular loka, etc. Brahmaloka, you call Kailasa or Vaikuntha. That kind of goals are there in Vaishnavas. They want to reach to Vaikuntha. Anyway, so Bhagavan said they are all perishable goals. And therefore, so don't keep. Bhagavan said, Mamupetya, well, reaching me, He Kaunteya, Punarjanmana Vidyate. One has not to return. That's what it means. Anyway. And then Bhagavan thought, let me give a time scale for this Brahmaloka, etc. Because how Brahmaloka can be a limited in time? Kala parichinnatvat katham. Acharya says, Brahmaloka sahitaha lokaha kasmat punaravartinaha. Why this Brahmaloka sahitaha loka? Including Brahmaloka, all the lokas are, why do you say it is punaravartinaha? One has to return. Kala parichinnatvat, because they are within the time limit, even though the period may be very long period, but still. Katham. So then in 17th verse, I'm just giving a gist because few people were not there. So Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyat Brahmano Viduhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha. Well, Brahmaji is, a day and Brahmaji is night. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Ahaha Brahmanaha. Brahmanaha Ahaha. It's a day of Brahmaji. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Sahasra Chaturi Yuga Paryantam. Here Yuga means Chaturi Yuga. When Chaturi Yuga is 43 lakhs 20,000 human years. And Sahasra, so multiply by 1000. So 4.32 million multiply 1000 becomes 4.32 billion years. That's a day. This has gone, I think. Oh. Yeah. So, 4.32 billion years, that's a daytime of Brahmaji. And which we call it as a kalpa. And same way, Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam. Yuga Sahasrantam Ratrihi. So, that night of the Brahmaji also is the same. 4.32 billion years, human years, of a night where Brahmaji sleeps. So, well, basically, when Brahmaji awakes, the whole creation emerges. Things arrive. Everything arrives. And Brahmaji goes to sleep, everything resolves. Like, very true. Like when you are taking a sleep, and then you create so many things. And when you again go to deep sleep state, the whole thing resolves into your mind. From mind only everything emerges. In a dream state, everything emerges from your mind, right? And well, again resolves into the mind. It remains in the form of vasanas, etc. We know. And therefore, well, Brahmaji goes to sleep, well, definitely everything resolves. This is Brahmaji's dream right now, right? This is Brahmaji's dream. So that is how we have to look upon. So, Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha. Who says this? Well, there are people, there are experts who determines the time scales of various worlds, and they are different. In a solar system itself, the day and night is different on a Jupiter and here, or on Saturn and here, everywhere. Even in this moon, which is a satellite of our Earth, has a different day and night. And accordingly, year will be different, etc. Shanmasa will be different, the quarter will be different, everything will be different. Seasons, etc. also will be part of time, if you say. They are different. They have seasons or not, we have to decide. But I mean, if someone, another kind of seasons may be there. So everything differs. Time scale differs. And time, etc. Gets crushed also. That is also now our scientists are telling. But anyway, so he says here, and then, well, what happens? Prajapatehe ahani yad bhavati ratraucha taduchyate. Pashakara introduces verse 18 and says, Prajapatehe ahani. In the ahani yad bhavati, with respect to the day of a Brahmaji, Prajapati word is used here. The word Prajapati, see, it is just a Ishvara alone. Ishvara with one more step is called Brahma or called Prajapati. Right? One more step. The step is step of creation. And creation involves both the things, the subtle as well as the gross. So, with the same Ishvara, which is the cause of the creation, When we look upon from the standpoint of creation, be it subtle or gross, then we will call Brahma or call Prajapati. They sometimes call Hiranyagarbha with respect to subtle prapancha. But otherwise, so he keeps changing, some Brahmaji and then Prajapati, etc. So what Prajapati is used for, well, the same Brahman, Nirguna Brahma, the conscious, limitless consciousness with a upadhi of a subtle prapancha or the gross prapancha. It's called Prajapati. So Prajapati ahani yad bhavati. What happens with respect to the day of a Brahmaji, ratrau cha tad bhavati. That happens during night also, that is said here. I mean, what happens? So, avyaktat vyaktayas sarvaha prabhavanti aharagame ratragame praliyante tatreva avyakta sanyake. So, well, avyaktat vyaktayas sarvaha, avyaktam. So, Bhashyakara explains that Prajapatehe swapavastha. It's nothing but a deep sleep state of a Prajapati, Brahmaji. Tasmat, from that, avyaktat, vyaktayaha vyajyante iti vyaktayaha. Sthavara jangama lakshanaha sarvaha prajaha. From there everything manifests. Everything manifests from Prajapati's, sleep. Let's say he wakes up. He wakes up. Like everything resolves into us when we go to sleep. As we wake up, everything emerges. Like that. So, Vyajyante iti vyaktayaha. What is this? Vyajyante, manifest. Means there is no real creation. So, because, matter cannot be created. Matter cannot be destroyed. That is how now even science also says. And therefore only matter has these two states, either a unmanifest state or a manifest state. That's it. And therefore it says here, avyaktat vyaktaya vyajyanti iti vyaktayaha. What is this? But what comes to manifestation? Sthavara jangama lakshanaha. Characterized by the savara and jangama. Mobile, immobile, sentient, insentient, everything. All kinds of jivas emerge. Sarvaha prajaha. All the living beings prabhavanti, abhivajyanti. So they are not created. So when did Ishvara create this universe? Is a wrong question. Because there is no creation at all. What was there in unmanifest alone has become manifest. Creation, real creation means, well, what was not there before, totally. And a new creation emerged. Then things emerge. Then we say, well, definitely it's called creation. But that's not the case. Bhagavan very clearly says here, Annaha agamaha aharagamaha tasmin aharagame. When everything manifests, aharagame, ahaha agame, arrival. Agama means arrival. Aha, day. When the arrival of the day of Brahmaji, not our day. So definitely, and then this definitely, Brahmanaha prabodhakale. Acharya still explains. Prabodhakale, when he wakes up. Tatha, in the same manner, similarly, Ratragame, when the night arrives, Brahmanaha swapakale, when Brahmaji goes to sleep. Praliyante sarvaha vyaktayaha. Sarvaha vyaktayaha, whatever is there in this manifest, including time and space, everything resolves into, not destroyed, resolves into. Yeah, not resolves. So this is Kalpa, and then so Kalpa Pralaya, night of Brahmaji, when everything resolves, Pralaya. Then there is a Mahapralaya also, because this is a 4.32 billion year of a day, 4.32 billion year of a night. That's a complete day of Brahmaji. So in which Kalpa happens and Kalpa Pralaya happens, right? So all creation resolves, night of Brahmaji. Creation emerges, that's a day of Brahmaji. That's fine. But that's a one day of Brahmaji. Then what about Brahmaji's life? So still further. So multiply, we have to do 360 now, at least to get 1 year. And then they say Brahmaji's life span is 100 years. So well, definitely we'll say multiply 100. So these things will, then Brahmaji also resolves, because creation goes to the seed condition totally, right? Just a Maya. Then Brahman along with the Maya, Ishvara now. His manifestation as a Prajapati, etc. also has gone. So that's the life of Brahmaji is over. So, well, in that case, well, you have to count. So for 8.64, multiply 365, multiply 100. Well, anyway, so even Brahmaji also, it's a status of a Ishvara alone with respect to creation. When creation is gone totally, well, that status also has gone. Creator, etc. The status gone. But Ishvara is there. But my point is, so this Kalpa Pralaya will continue 36,000 times. And then, well, there will be a Maha Pralaya, they call. This is called Pralaya, Kalpa Pralaya, means after 4.32 billion years, while creation resolves, that's called Pralaya, Kalpa Pralaya. And like that, 36,000 times it will happen. And then Mahapralaya. And then at the time, Ishvara sleeps. Right? At the time, Ishvara sleeps. And this is a sleep of a Brahmaji. Please understand this. Yeah. That's a Mahapralaya is a Ishvara sleep. You can understand. What a thought we have given in Hindu cosmology, Even Buddhists also have this, but they have a different calculation. But anyway, so Bhagavan said this. Then, now the issue is, there are certain questions which are very, very age-old questions we are going to reply today. Age-old questions. You may have got answers also, but I want to give that answer once for all. Now, in verse 19, let us first read this verse 19. Bhutagramasya evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratragame vashah partha prabhavatyah ragame. So now, as Bhagavan said beautifully, that every day this Brahmaji goes to sleep, and then whole creation, including this physical universe and the subtle universe, etc., everything also resolve. Then again the whole creation arises from Brahmaji. Not subtle universe, but physical universe, physical body and the subtle body also resolves. Well, then again the whole creation arises from Brahmaji when Brahmaji wakes up. Well, rather than that, let us take it this way. All the jivas are there, and Brahmaji's day is going on right now. And all the jivas are there, getting various bodies, right? They enjoy the prarabdha, they experience the prarabdha, they give a physical body. Well, subtle body continues, they get another body, then they experience the prarabdha in that body, then again, so that is during day of a Brahmaji. And when Brahmaji goes to sleep, let us take it this way, that these jivas totally get destroyed, not resolved in Brahmaji's mind. No. This jivatva itself, jiva totally get dissolved, become one with Brahman, let's say. Let us take it that way. And when Brahmaji wakes up, a new creation comes, means new set of jivas will emerge. Let us take it that way. That is better. Because this jiva resolves when Brahmaji goes to sleep. Then the same jiva after 4.32 billion years, same jiva, how can they come? This is such a long time. They have gone. Actually, the new set of jivas emerging. Well, that is the question has been answered in this 19th verse. It has three purposes to serve. We will see that. But Bhashyakara introduces this verse with a beautiful bhashyam, in which he resolves certain doubts. What Bhashyakara says is, Akruta abhyagama kruta vipranasha dosha pariharartham bandha moksha shastra pravritti safalya pradarshanaartham avidya mula karma ashaya vashat cha avashah bhutagramaha bhutva praliyate iti, because that is there in the verse. Bhutva praliyate, etc. Bhagavan says. Iti ataha samsare vairagya padarsanartham cha idam aha. Why Bhagavan is telling what he is going to say in the verse 19? Because of this. It's an introductory bhashyam. Sangati. we call it. Between verse 18 and 19, we have to find some connection. Bhagavan doesn't say something here and then says something about this, and so there is some connection. That connecting link is this Bhashyam. Why Bhagavan says what he says in verse 19. So, this is a question. Before going into Bhashyam, I would like to discuss something else also. And the one question generally is asked by, I have seen even the students here. It's really a very good question. He says, people say like this, if suppose a new jivas are created, then there will be a problem. What will be the problem? Well, definitely, see, what happens is when, new jivas are, old jivas are there. Oh, the same jivas come up. Let us say this way. Let us keep it aside. Same set of jivas which were there during the waking state of a Brahmaji, they only appear again after 4.32 billion years, human years. Means after Brahmaji's sleep, again the same jiva appears. If that is the case, there is a problem. That's how we have to believe that new set of jivas come. What is the problem? Well, in every kalpa, in this 4.32 billion years of Brahmaji's waking time, during that time, all these jivas, some of the jivas get exposed to Vedantic teaching and gain jnanam and become free. And once that prarabdha is over, they become one with Brahman. They will never appear again. They will not have punarjanma. So in every kalpa, there are jivas, we will gain jnanam and become totally free from karmas, everything. Become one with Brahman, Videha Mukti also. That shows what? In every kalpa, the number of jivas are decreasing. Number of jivas are depleting, decreasing. And therefore, the time will come. Because now 36,000 times. In that, many jivas will definitely get freedom, become free, totally, will not come again. And then this Brahmaji will go. The Brahmaji is a post actually. The new Brahmaji will come. Again, he has 100 years. So again, this is going on actually. Round and round, this cycle is going on. It's a cyclic process, going on and on. So ultimately, the jivas in every creation decreasing, the day will come, there will be no jiva. And Brahma will not have any job to do. He will be unemployed. He will create Jagat and wait for the jiva to experience, but no more jiva are there. Then he will think, why did I create all this? For what? Ultimately, everything is for a conscious being. Anything in this here, what you see in this room, think this is a creation. Ultimately, it's meant for whom? Even the Lord is meant for whom? This conscious being. So, if no conscious being will be there, no jiva will be there, what is the use of this inert creation? So, Brahmaji will not have any job. Therefore, let us, if you think that the same jivas appear after every kalpa pralaya during kalpa, many jivas will gain jnanam, and the day, some kalpa will be there when Brahmaji wakes up, he finds he has no job to do. Brahmaji wakes up means whole creation also comes. And jiva also manifests. Both. Creation also emerges, jiva also emerges. But that will not be. So therefore, let us assume that there are new set of jivas in every kalpa. Nothing to worry about. All these jivas which are there, if they get jnanam, if they can make it, fine. If they cannot make it, nothing to worry. When Brahmaji will go to sleep, automatically all jivas will merge into Brahman. That is better idea. And then in the new creation, new kalpa, when Brahmaji wakes up, there will be a fresh set of jivas. That's a very good thing. What will be the answer? Well, you can say the jivas are decreasing when you know the jivas are finite. You can say that there is a decrease only when you know the total number. If you don't know the total number, how will you say there is a decrease? Suppose 2 billion jivas are there. let's say 2 billion jivas are there who have manifested in this creation. And a few of them are working for moksha. And they gain jnana. Between 4.32 billion years, many people will get. So now at the end, well, definitely jivas have decreased. Right? But if the number is not finite, then what? If there is from infinite jivas, if 2000 jivas gain jnanam, still the number is what? Infinite. Infinite minus 2000 is infinite. It's not finite. And therefore, this is not a good idea to say that, that some jivas get knowledge and therefore the number will decrease and one day there will not be any jivas. Well, there is not a case. This is just a by the way. What Bhashyakara says while introducing this is he says, if we think that a new jivas will be created in every cycle of creation, kalpa, when the Brahmaji wakes up, there will be a different kind of defects that he discusses. First he discusses akruta abhyagama kruta vipranasha dosha. Pariharartham, Bhagavan says this. So parihara will keep here. So these two doshas will be there when you say that in every cycle of creation, new jivas emerge. What is that? First is what? Kruta vipranasha. So, if the new jivas, the old jivas were there, which are, old jivas means the jivas which are there right now, when the whole creation resolves, then this jiva also will resolve totally and gain liberation, become one with Brahman. In that case, whatever they have done, and whatever is there in their account, in a sanchita, and whatever they are doing, gaining human life in the waking hours of a Brahmaji, right? What about that? Without experiencing that karma, sanchita karma, and whatever they are doing right now, without experiencing their result, they will gain liberation. When the Brahmaji goes to sleep, they automatically become free from the karmas. Could you follow? So this is how it is. So krita means what the sanchita he has, whatever they have done, vipranasha, whatever they have done without gaining its result, experiencing its result, the jivas basically become free. That will be a moral disorder. Avashyameva bhoktavyam krita karmam shubhashubham. Kritam karma shubhashubham. And therefore, na bhukte kshiyate karma kalpakoti shataihi api. Abhuktam karma na kshiyate. Kalpakoti, not one kalpa, kalpakoti. Even after crores of kalpa, cycles of creation, what you have done without undergoing its experience, good or bad, pleasant or pain, whatever, depending upon the karma, without experiencing that, the jiva will not go. And therefore, to have this kind of a thing that in every cycle of creation, new jiva emerges, and the jivas which are there right now, they become free from the karmas, etc. That is not correct. But that is fine. But where there is a discussion on this? Because Bhagavan says, Saha bhuta gramaha eva ayam. Bhutva praliyate. Bhuta gramaha. Gramaha means a set of, a group of all these bhuta jivas. Saha. That bhuta grama, which was there at the time of previous day of a Brahmaji, Saha eva ayam. They are the same bhuta grama. They are the same set of jivas which were there in the previous day of a Brahmaji. Yeah. Saeva ayam bhutva. They will take birth again and again. They will resolve with the Brahmaji sleep. They resolve and then they will come again, etc. So that, therefore, if Bhagavan, Acharya says that Bhagavan says this, definitely in order to avoid this dosha. So, akrita abhyagama, kruta vipranasha, dosha pariharartham. That's one dosha is over. Still Akruta Abhyagama is left over. This Kruta Vipranasha is regarding, Kruta Vipranasha is a dosha with respect to the current jivas who are there right now. Well, definitely, if they totally merge with the Brahman at the time of a resolution, well, then this dosha will be there. Suppose if you believe that, if you say that, well, the new jiva emerges, then this Akruta Abhyagama will be there. That was regarding the jivas which are there right now, Kruta Vipranasha. But new set of jivas come, then definitely there will be Akruta Abhyagama. Because new fresh set of jivas are created by Brahmaji now. They should be given bodies. Without physical body, subtle body, there will not be any experience. Subtle body is a sadhanam to experience. Physical body is a tenement where jiva resides and experiences the world. And therefore, those bodies have to be given. Jiva, how will experience the Jagat? And they are fresh set of jivas, so they don't have any karma in their account. Right? New set of jivas. Therefore, if they are new set of jivas, they don't have any karma, those sanchita, nothing, then how will Brahmaji give the bodies? On what account? On what account Brahmaji will give the body? Brahmaji says, well, I will give on, I will take some punyam from here and there and give, and some papam. That will not be the case. Because here, one who is born as a human being, with a human sukshma sharira. Lot of advantage, human sukshma sharira, compared to a donkey's physical body and a donkey's subtle body. Donkey cannot speak the way I am speaking. Donkey can do. So subtle body also has a, that is how Tattvoda mentions both the bodies are punya, satkarma janyam. That's a clear word they have used. Satkarma janyam. Not just with regard to this physical body, with regard to subtle body of the human being also satkarma janyam. Because so many advantages, totally self-conscious mind, of course, intellect also is, because of which we have a control over others, so many things. Anyway, so far as senses, etc. are concerned, we have limited power compared to many other animals and other things. But certain things we have an advantage. Anyway, so point is, on what basis Lord will give? Brahmaji will give. So, then there will be definitely a problem. Because some people gain a human body, some people gain insect body, some people gain a tree body. And in that also, defective gross body, defective subtle body, right? And so many other things. Born with cancer, blood cancer. Born with blood cancer. There are cases. My God. Born with a certain mental disorder, and not so many things. So basically, what is the fault of those jivas who gain such kind of a bodies to experience the world? They are karmas, but they are not old jivas who have no sanchita at all. New set of jivas. Therefore, well, there will be a defect. This is how it is. Anybody goes to Brahmaji, why did you give me this body? Or why? Well, this is how it is. Brahmaji should say. This is how it is. Akruta Abhyagama. Akruta, they have what they have not done. What is not there in Sanchita, Abhyagama, that will arrive in terms of the body, in terms of experiencing, etc. So it's another dosha. So these two doshas are there if you believe these jivas will merge, and also you believe the new set of jivas will come, then these two doshas will be there. So, dosha pariharartham, Bhagavan says, sahabhuta gramaha, that set of jiva, which was there in the previous day of a Brahmaji, same set of jiva, saha eva ayam, this set of jivas right now, means the jivas continue even when Brahmaji goes to sleep. Maybe a long. We go to sleep several times when Brahmaji wakes up. When Brahmaji remains in a waking state, we go to sleep several times. We depart this physical body, etc. also many times. But ultimately, we resolve into Brahmaji. Well, again, waiting for, with a new set of karmas. New set of karmas means whatever is there in Sanchita, with a new set of karmas, new bodies, well, and experiencing this world, we are ready. Jiva remains same. Right? So these doshas, in order to get rid of these doshas, well, definitely, Bhagavan said, bhutva bhutva, saheva ayam bhutva bhutva praliyate, etc. Anyway, and then this is a one important message is there, that these doshas will not be there. The second important message conveyed by this Bhagavan's statement in 19th verse, or this verse, well, Bhashyakara says, Bandha moksha shastra pravutti safalya pradarshanatham. So, suppose during a kalpa pralaya, when Brahmaji goes to sleep, all the jivas get totally wiped out. Because next kalpa, some new set of jivas will be there, suppose will be created by the Brahmaji. Suppose that is the thing. Then that shows what? All the jivas, even if they are not exposed to Shastra, teaching, etc., doing Karma Yoga, Sajan Chatushtaya Sampatti, Upasana, nothing they do. Well, still they have not to worry. They should wait when Brahmaji goes to sleep. They have to wait till then. And whatever sleeping pill we are taking, we can even give to him. So he goes early. So that, well, I will come free. In that case, Bandha Moksha Shastra Pravritti Nishphalam. Bandha Moksha Shastra means the Shastra which establishes that this is a bondage of in terms of ignorance, etc. And Moksha, how to get it off. That's a Vedanta Shastra. Vedanta Shastra Pravritti, pursuit. Pravritti here means pursuit. Pursuit of this Vedanta Shastra teaching, etc., in order to gain freedom, etc., that has no relevance. You have to simply wait. You are anyway. And that is what, you don't think that this is all some imaginary. There are contemporary teachers, I don't want to mention name, who says that in Hinduism, one particular branch of Hinduism, means particular sampradaya, Madhva sampradaya, don't believe in this, that the jiva ultimately is going to get moksha. Others believe, means other branches of the Hinduism well have this idea that ultimately every jiva in course of time is going to get moksha. It's not the case. If that is the case, what is the place of Vedanta? If ultimately you are going to get moksha, you don't need teaching. You don't need Sunday classes. Really. That's how Bhashyakara says, Bandha Moksha Shastra Pravritti Safalya Pradarshanatham. Bhagavan says no one is going to get freedom. Even though Brahmaji is going to sleep for 4.32 billion years, the jiva will remain as jiva. Unmanifest condition. Unmanifest. Without this gross body, subtle body, etc., but they remain. Without these two bodies, they remain. Sharira will be there. Jiva means Sharira is there. One Sharira will never leave Jiva. That is one Sharira which never leaves Jiva. Due to that Upadhi, only there is, the Brahman is called Jiva, otherwise where is Jiva? And that Sharira is a Karana Sharira. So that will always be there. And therefore, definitely even in a resolved state, with a Karana Sharira they remain. And from the Karana which has a Sanchita, etc., then again, Prarabdha will emerge and they get a subtle body and gross body compatible to each other. If a gross human body, according to karma, then gross subtle body, subtle body also in keeping with that, etc. And whatever janmas. Jiva will remain Jiva. He has to gain this knowledge. That's it. Right? So then Vedanta has a place, definitely. So Safalya Pradarshanartham. In order to show the validity, Pradarshanartham, for the purpose of showing the validity of the pursuit of moksha or teaching of the Vedanta Shastra, Bhagavan says, Bhutva Bhutva eva praliyate. The second purpose. First purpose is in order to get rid of the two doshas which we discussed. To maintain the moral order. What I do, anything which I do wrong, I need not have to worry. Ultimately, I am going to get freedom. Nothing to worry. I am not going to experience the result of my bad actions in a next cycle of creation because I will not be there. So there will be a moral disorder, right? Ishvara is in form of order. Ishvara is order. The moral order is a manifestation of Ishvara. All physical order, everything is a manifestation of Ishvara. Moral order is also a manifestation of Ishvara. That is how creation is orderly. Yeah. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. It's orderly creation, intelligent creation, etc. Therefore, moral order will be maintained only when the same set of jivas will resolve and they come back in order to experience their own karmas, whatever they have done in the past, right? In any kalpa, of course. Anyway, so this is Bandha Moksha Safalya, Bandha Moksha Shastra Pravritti Safalya Pradarshanatham. Then there is another problem, and that is so if new jivas are created without karma, because they don't have a karma, then the jivas like us who have gained knowledge and have become free from karmas, right? At the time of death. Till the death is there, prarabdha you experience. But still sanchita is gone. Agami is gone. Agami is avoided. But in Videha Mukti, means once the body falls, prarabdha is over. Then next set of sanchita, no. Vidyate hridaya grantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante asya karmani. Asya karmani. There's a person who gained this knowledge, the wise person's karmani, all karmas kshiyante. And Bhagavan also said, Jnanagni sarva karmani bhasmasat. Once he gains the knowledge, in the fire of the knowledge, all the karmas are burnt. Means, the jivas who gain freedom, knowledge and gain freedom, have become one with that, Videha Mukti, have no more karmas, no more sanchita. Now, fresh set of jivas are created without karma as a cause, then why not those jivas who gain knowledge and become free, and now they don't have any karmas, well, they also may be created again. Right? Fresh set of jivas are created without any karma, naturally, because they is a fresh. Karma is not a cause. In that case, those who have gained freedom and become free from karmas, etc., those Videha Muktas, well, they may again come. Because ultimately karma is not a cause, then they can also come and the other jivas also can come. Right? That could be the problem. So don't believe that every cycle of creation, a fresh set of jivas come who doesn't have any cause, karma as a cause, etc. Well, don't believe such kind of a thing, etc. Swamiji, too much. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.